very well. We
How
meet
e-
again.
yes. How excited are you for the film that is releasing on 27th March, Maska?
Oh, I'm super excited. It's been something really special to me to play something like this. So I'm very, very excited and keen how people are going to see and how they're going to respond.
So far the teaser that is released already, and what kind of response, what kind of feedback are you getting from that?
Basically, people are seeing me in a different avatar, and so they're very excited. Yesterday, I met a very old friend of mine, Anil Kapoor, and he had seen the photograph of mine in that whole glasses and everything, and he loved it. And so I've been getting a really good feedback.
Right. Tell me a little more about the character that you're playing in the film.
My character's name is Dina Rustam Irani. She is this woman who, um, her dream is to pass on the legacy of the Iranian cafe that she has and all the recipes and everything to her son. You know, like her husband used to be. Like her husband was this phenomenal chef, and then like how their grandparents and great grandparents had come and they had created this recipes and this restaurant and all that. So basically she just wants to lovingly hand over the legacy to the son, but the son has different plans. And so that whole script, how a confused a young boy comes to realize that what his real legacy is
Hmm.
and where he should be.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Right. It's very interesting because the film also talks about there's a fine line between dream and delusion, right? So
Yes.
he has to go through the whole process. Your son, who is playing your son in the film,
Yeah.
is going through that whole process to realize that what he actually wants to be, right? Uh, when you try to do something new, something different, or follow your dream, what are the things that one should keep in mind and understand that this is not just a hobby, but a real thing that you want to do.
Honestly speaking, I'm up for following your heart. I'm up for that you need to have a passion and have a dream and follow your heart. But I'm also a kind of person who believes that one should be very realistic in terms of my heart might want XYZ, but I may not be. My skills may not, be that. My skills may be something else. So it depends on what realistically what you are. At the same time, if the choices are not too difficult, if it's too difficult, then of course I would choose for the realistic and what my skills are, what I'd rather focus on that. But if it's going to be contradictory, if it's going to be like my skills are something else and my heart wants something else, then this whole film is about that story of the struggle of what to do and what is right and what's wrong. And
Hmm. Was it a difficult choice for you to decide, or how easy was it for you to decide to become an actor?
Honestly, again, I think this was something I was meant for, and I didn't know because nobody in my family has been. In my family, there's either been politicians or doctors or engineer. There are only three profession, and I thought I'll be one of them. And though my grandmother, my whole entire family, I'm a product of a joint family. So we all used to watch cinema every Sunday. Everybody, all of us loved cinema, and I used to do theater in school, but never really thought of acting as a career. And here I am. It's been like almost 3 decades. I've been an actor and I'm loving it and looking for many more decades.
Right, right. When you started your career, the kind of film that you did, you kind of tried to do everything, like whether it was a commercial masala and then Mani Ratnam film also, and then you were one of those heroines back then who has a pretty face, who doubled in both the genre, whether it's the commercial and the uh, art house cinema, what back then they used to call. Now the kind of role that you are getting, do you find it more versatile and exciting for a what they call it, like elderly actors?
Absolutely. I think, today the stories are being told of different kinds. So it doesn't have to revolve around 20-year-old love interest. The cinema doesn't have to revolve around only that. And then the family dramas. How to, it can be many other stories. Whether it's what you call sexually different oriented people's love story, or it's a elderly person's love story, or maybe it's a children's story. So today I think the viewers have started accepting different kinds of cinema, different kind of stories. Likewise, the filmmakers are also making different kind of films.
Right.
So today is very interesting time for all of us creative people who are not defined by this typical Bollywood formula.
Okay, okay. I want to know this because in last few films that you have done so far, the looks in every film, the looks were so different. Dil Se, whether in Bombay and other films back then, the kind of film that you did, and then the look of
Yeah.
recent film, whether it's Dear Maya, whether it's Sanju, whether
Yeah.
it's Last Story is the one that I was talking about,
Yeah.
where you wear a swimsuit, and this one in which you are playing a Parsi auntie. How look played an important role to get into the character that you are portraying.
Firstly, that is what is realistic today in about cinema is the stories which are more relatable. It's not something only that fiction or something far behind and it happens in once upon a blue moon, that kind of a story. Actually, nowadays you're seeing stories that it can happen to you, to everybody. And likewise, like a swimsuit in love stories, any 40-year-old would wear a swimsuit in a beach. So nothing new for that. It's like everybody would wear it, right? Or say in Dear Maya's case, that basically was still like a woman who is lost with her own fears and insecurities, and how she comes of her own standing and confidence and looks for loves and finds love. And for Maska, it's totally a different look. I'm playing a Parsi woman, and really, I have enjoyed playing this character so much. And the whole look of the characters, I'm playing these dungarees and flat shoes because she has to run around and she also has a limp. So um I think now whatever I'm trying to do is to bring life to the character which the directors are giving me.
Hmm.
And in that process, to make it as real as possible. So the looks matters a lot. And for an artist, it's great play field. Sometimes playing Diana Rusmiraini, sometimes playing Reena of Love Stories, and wearing different clothes, different body language, different diction, different style of speaking. I think it's great time for the actors.
How was the experience of working with a young bunch in the film?
Oh, I loved it. I think they're so full of energy and dreams and enthusiasm and focused. And each one of them, all of us, are struggled, and they're starting the career with so much big dreams. And I really want to bless them all the best. They're super talented. And yeah, I mean, I enjoyed working with them.
What next?
Well, I have a couple of new projects going to be releasing this year. So, finger crossed. We'll talk about it later about that.
Thank you.
Thank you.